Hello, guys. Welcome to Birth Your Vision podcast live. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And I'm the founder of All Women's Network, a platform that actually helps women in business to connect, to collaborate, network, and generate referrals. I'm also a business connector, a multi-award winning entrepreneur, a coach, and a podcast host and presenter. And so I'm so excited today because I have an amazing guest, and we're going to be talking all about believing in yourself. And so, you know that this is actually a special month for women. I'm excited for the month of March, and it's all about celebrating International Women's Day. And that is happening on the 8th of March, which is actually an annual event that celebrates all the amazing things that women have achieved. It's actually a way to show how women have continued to influence the world. And also, it's a way for us to celebrate all the amazing, brilliant women um, who are in business, and they've done so many great things. It's also a way for us to actually highlight the issues and raise awareness about issues that women are still facing today, you know. So, looking back historically, women have been denied the right to vote, the right to work, and lots of other things as well. But because of many, many great women like you and myself, they've been able to fight through, and they've actually fought against the things women are now able to get access to. But the problem still exists. We still have some issues, like sort of like that's being faced by women in terms of different things nowadays. However, we are now focusing on this year's theme, which is actually choose to challenge. And so I choose to celebrate women's achievements and also to forge women's visibility. And so I'm going to be doing this on my platform, on the Birth Your Vision platform, and I'll be celebrating women in business, and they'll be sharing their, experiences, their personal journey, and also the challenges along the way. And so I just want you to join me as we together celebrate the achievements of women and also raising visibility. So welcome everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I'm so excited as well to welcome my special guest, Dr. Madlena Kantscheff. She is an amazing leader. She is a great businesswoman, and she's a business mindset strategy. You know what? She grew up and she completed a wonderful education as a dentist in Bulgaria, a very small country in the southeast of Europe. And now she's a business mindset strategist. She masterfully combines the power of traditional science with the power of the human spirit, showing business owners how to elevate their mindsets and also become the winners of the current challenging times. So help me put your hands together for the wonderful Dr. Linda. Thank you so much. It's great to see you and to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's such a privilege to be here.
Thank you so much for coming, and welcome. And so today we are so glad that you've actually been able to come on, and we want to celebrate your achievements. We want to celebrate your success, and also for you to share your journey with us, because there's many other people who can actually relate, as well as, learn from some of the great things that you've achieved in your business. And so today's topic, it's about believing yourself and in your future, in your bright future. And so when we talk about believing yourself, it means having faith in your own capabilities. It means believing that you can do anything that you are able to within your ability. And especially once you believe in yourself, you're able to overcome self-doubt and also have confidence. And so before we dive in, I just want to allow Doctor to actually tell us, where she's actually been interviewed from right now.
I am right now in Cologne in Germany. And as you mentioned it beautifully, I'm originally from Bulgaria, moved to Germany 35 years ago, and this is now my home. So right now I'm in Cologne, Germany. I'm very happy to live here.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So we are celebrating women from all around the world. It's a global celebration, shining the light on many great women in business who have actually achieved great success. And so, you know what, Dr. Madlena, I just wanted you to just tell us about your story, really, and to really tell us about how you've been able to get to where you are today.
I'm happy to. So I was born and grew up in Bulgaria, as you already mentioned. This is a small country in the southeastern part of Europe. I finished my education as a dentist, and I have to admit to myself and to the world that this was the desire of my parents. I come from a middle-class family, and I have been taught beautiful values like integrity, honesty, being of service to the people. However, my parents felt like loving me is to guide me in a certain direction to study dentistry, as an example, because this was their dream, not my dream. Back then, I didn't know that, and as an obedient daughter, in a very positive manner, so I followed their desire, their recommendation, and I finished my education as a dentist. And I'm saying this with a healthy pride. At the age of 23, I could hold in my hands a certificate with a doctor title. This is how education is done in Bulgaria. After 5 years of study, you have already your doctor title as a dentist. So here I was at the age of 23, having achieved a lot, which is, of course, a devotion, investment of time, of money, of energy. And that gave me the opportunity to prove my parents they are right, because at the age of 23, I was in a position to earn this amount of money that I could provide for a whole family of 7 people, which was a huge achievement back then, especially for a woman, right?
Yes.
And so 1986, I moved to Germany with the same desire, with the same ambition to continue working as a dentist. I had to learn the language, the German language here on a very high level, of course, so that I can be fluent in German. This is the prerequisite to be a business owner in any area of the economy in every country. Then I had to go through the recognition exams, oral and practical ones. So at the age of 30, here I am again on the top of the world, being able to open my dental practice in a foreign country. And this is an achievement, right?
Yes.
You put all this effort, again, energy and money to achieve that. Well, I opened this dental practice in the foreign country, and it took me only 6 months to realize that this is not me.
Wow.
Something was off. This was not me. And I will give you a couple of examples so that you, at least one, maybe two, so that you know what I was talking about. Something felt off. Still, I continued as responsible as I've been raised. I continued serving my patients from my heart. For the 20 years, I served them because you have financial responsibilities toward banks, toward family members, and so on. But every evening, I will sit down with my team members. We will pick up a glass of wine or other drink, and we will just share how was the day today? How did we serve these people? Could we have done something better, differently, and so on? And every evening, we will come to the same conclusion. We are not serving these people as a dental office. And it dawned on me really as a dear friend of mine came and spent a whole day at the dental office, just observing us how we do things so that she can give us some tips. And at the end of the day, she said a sentence which made it so clear to me what it is about. She said, "You know what, Madlena? People come to you not to get the holes in their teeth fixed, but the holes in their lives." And this was it. This was exactly what I needed to hear after 20 years. And I'm going to give an example. So here is a gentleman coming to me with an appointment for an annual examination of his teeth and of his mouth. So please take a seat. And I'm asking this man, I remember distinctly his name, Richard, how are you today?
Mm.
And I authentically want to hear. And here's the answer. You know, he said, the house is empty. When both girls leave the house is empty. Are you saying this to your dentist, really? Are you? Not really, right? So I let him talk. He talked for 10 minutes, poured out his heart. And after 10 minutes, I said, okay, well, let's have a look in your mouth, examine your teeth. He said, no, I'm feeling already better. I'm going home. And I said, well, but I'm here working as a dentist. So what did I just do, and how I'm gonna communicate that with the health insurance? What did I do? I was listening to you, but I didn't do anything as a dentist. So long story short, after 20 years, it was time for me to follow my heart and really to take this brave step, which is not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. It's brave, but it's the right step. It feels right up to now to sell the dental practice and to start helping people to get the holes in their lives fixed,
Wow.
so to say, right? In their lives and in their souls. And I call myself Business Mindset Strategist because there must be a description of what you do. But what I really do is I invite people, men and women, I invite them to dare to be their authentic selves, to listen to this quiet voice, which we ignore for many years in our lives, just like I did, for example. And I'm not saying this with judgment, I'm saying this just as a fact. So this inner knowing that this is the path to take. This is who I am. This is what I'm meant to be. Even I don't have the clarity how that's gonna look like as a next step from a point A to a point B. However, this feeling of, yes, this is who I am. This is how I serve the world. This is how I serve one person in a time. And I invite people, I inspire and empower them to believe in themselves, in who they truly are, and is in their bright future, especially now during the 1 year as humanity was challenged with this unprecedented challenge, as we had this energy of fear, of uncertainty, what is the next day is going to bring us, and so on. So during this time, more than ever, it was crucial to know who you are, what you stand for, what are your values, why are you doing what you are doing? Because when times get tough, then why is what carries you. Why you get up out of bed, even when social distancing is now what we're experiencing. When your why is so strong, then this carries you through challenging times. And this is what makes you believe in yourself and in what you're doing and in your bright future, whatever that means to you, no matter what the circumstances are.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. That's really amazing. Imagine starting as a dentistry and then you had to basically just kind of repurpose your life, really, and really go for what you really wanted to do. It's almost like following your heart desire, your passion, something that, came to you very simple. People were actually able to speak to you while they were on the dentistry table and share and share, their feelings, their problems with you. And and that's both men and women. So perhaps you had a very great energy to draw people to you. And in return, you were able to, repurpose and start something different, which is helping people to live a really good, fulfilled, happy life.
Obviously, because as I
Yeah,
said, do you talk to your dentist? You saw most of the people, I
you're
don't want to use
frightened.
that expression, paralyzed by fear, but the experience at a dental practice has to be a pleasant one.
Yeah.
And still, we are hesitant to go to a dentist because we don't know what's going to happen and so on. So we did our best to make this experience an extraordinary, pleasant one.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, people felt so comfortable, so safe to
Yes.
talk from their hearts, because this particular gentleman, his both daughters left the house because of study. And it happened during a short period of time. And he, as a father, felt, of course, the grief of his two beautiful daughters having left the nest and so on. As proud as he was as a father, his heart was, his loving father's heart was grieving. And he had to
Absolutely.
share this with his dentist, right?
Yeah.
So
Indeed. Thank you so much for that. At times it can be so hard for us to actually believe in ourselves, especially if we have developed, self-doubt and just worried about what other people will think. But it's really nice that you're able to take the bold step and really kind of turn things around for you and to also use that to help other people. So, in your opinion, when it comes to happiness, if you can basically just share the secret of living a happy, filled life with our viewers, that would be really great.
for me personally, I will share with you first, because there's a connection between happy and fulfilled life, especially for entrepreneurs, but
Yeah.
also for people who are in a career, in a job. So we speak very often about success in our society. And I have read countless descriptions of success, and there is one which so resonates with me. And I read it in Acupuncturist magazine, and it's written by Michael Geta. I'm going to quote this gentleman. I have his permission. Success is, he says, how we treat things and people sacred to us. I'm going to repeat it again. Things and people sacred to us, how we treat them. And this goes so deep because it invites you to realize for yourself, to find out who and what is sacred to you.
Yeah.
And you start with yourself.
Mm.
Because if you're not sacred to yourself, if you don't love yourself in a sense of healthy love,
Yeah.
in a sense of me with the others, me for the others, me with the others, not me against the others, me above the others. That's not love. This is being narcissistic. So when my cup of self-love overflows, then I can give freely and abundantly to you and to everyone else. And when we start talking about, to come back to your question, when we start talking about what is the foundation for a happy and fulfilled life, and if success is a huge part of it, especially when you're an entrepreneur, but not only,
Yeah.
especially when you're a woman and you raise children and you want to be successful in your own way, even raising children is success in itself, right? Isn't it?
Absolutely.
This is a
Yes.
full-time job, right?
Tell me about it.
Yes. So this alone is success, but isn't that a success from this perspective where your children and your husband and the members of your closest, but also extended family, aren't they sacred to you? And the way you treat them is what defines for your success. Are you going to sacrifice? There are people, and this is their decision, men and women who decide to serve the sacred mission of a company. But then they decide to sacrifice every other area of their lives, and this is their decision. They ignore completely and neglect their private lives. I'm just giving you an extreme example, but for these people, serving the sacred mission, building this company probably from scratch and bringing it to multiple figures success as a monetary success. Well, this is their way of experiencing success. What is sacred to them? For us
Absolutely.
as women and as mothers, ideally we live a balanced life where our children, our family members are as sacred to us as our company, right? That's the ideal case. So this is in a nutshell the secret for me for living a happy and fulfilled life and having a successful business, because a business is expression of ourselves. Through
Yes.
our businesses, we express ourselves. Why didn't I feel happy and fulfilled as a dentist? Because I was serving my patients from my heart. And I was certainly, I'm saying this with a healthy confidence, a very good, loving, and caring dentist. But that was not my way to express myself to the world. My way to express to the world is to inspire people, to empower them, men and women, and to invite them to dare to step up boldly and to show to the world, this is who I am. This is what I share with the world. This is my authentic voice. And I share it from my heart. And people feel it. People feel it when you talk from your heart. You don't
Yeah.
have to explain anything. People feel your passion. People feel that your heart is expressed through the words you are just sharing. So this is what
Absolutely.
makes my heart sing when I experience moments where people say, this is who I am, no matter what the world thinks of me. And if I'm the only person who walks this path, then let it be.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, success is definitely a different definition for so many people. For example, some people think of success as, having lots of money in the bank, being able to buy a big house or go on holiday. So those are the things that other people feel success is, whilst other people feel like success, it's about helping people every day, making a difference, making an impact, adding value, helping others to transform their life, to make them live a better, comfortable life. So success means so many things to so many people. And I like the way you've actually defined it, which is really awesome. So, talking about entrepreneurship, what challenges have you had to overcome to be able to be in the position that you're in now? Because going into business can be quite tough. Your story in terms of starting as a dentist, and then kind of shifting that and doing something else. So what challenges have you had to overcome?
Well, the biggest challenge as a woman, and I'm going to talk from a woman to a woman and to all the women listening to us, even that touches on men as well, who are significantly participating in the raising of children, which is beautiful tendency in our society.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge for me as I started my dental practice was, of course, finding the balance between being a mother, being a wife, and being a committed and successful businesswoman.
Yeah.
Because when you're at work, because I was full-time dentist, so I will not do it. If I will do it now, I will do it part-time. But back then, success was important. Whatever success meant to me back then, also monetary. So as I was at work, I was feeling guilty because I was not at home with my children, right? As I was at home with my children, I was feeling guilty because I didn't go and serve my patients. So for women especially, I feel in my heart challenge number one is to find the balance and to be a successful business person and a very committed, loving, and devoted parent. Let's talk for men
Yes.
as well, not only mother, without any trace of guilt, because there is no reason to feel guilty. I have now 2 wonderful children who are very confident, who are very self-sufficient due to the fact that they had to master a lot of things alone because mother was at work. And they knew that and they were doing it. And you know what I'm talking about, right? Then they
Absolutely.
know. My daughter started cooking at the age of 12. So today she's a better chef than I am. So it helped her very much to even to express her creativity. She's a businesswoman herself, but cooking is the way to express her creativity. So this is challenge number 1. Challenge number 2 is when you, during the time as I was dentist, this sense of not being on the right place was actually the biggest challenge.
Right.
You get up every morning, but your why is not congruent with what you do. You serve people. I love serving people. However, if that's not your why, then you're doing it more or less out of obligation. You're not passionately engaged in the process. You're doing it because you have to, not because you desire, because you want to. And there are many skills and tactics and strategies which you can learn. But if your heart is not involved in all this, then this is a challenge all the time. And I'm going to be very transparent also in this conversation. When you do this out of obligation, at some point your body starts communicating with you. And I can tell you from my perspective now in 2021, back then, 1998, I had to face life-threatening disease, a cancer of uterus. And looking back then, cancer entered my life because I was not true to myself. And I'm saying this with love. I'm not saying it with judgment.
Yeah.
Because I was not following my soul calling.
Wow.
And I experienced a miraculous healing and so on, and I'm very grateful for that. This was 1998. And this was also a reminder for me. Listen to this quiet voice in your heart, in your soul, which gives you the feeling. Do you feel you're on the right path? Do you feel this expansion in your guts? Or you feel all the time this constriction? Something is off. You don't know what it is. You cannot put your fingers on that, but something is off. But when you follow your passion, well, you become unstoppable, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, the power of your why, it's incredible because you're able to get out of bed every morning because you know you have a purpose, and you're able to do as much as you possibly can because you know the reason why you're doing it. And when you look at all these amazing famous leaders like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and Warren Buffett, they're able to accomplish so many things because they have the willpower, the persistence, and the attitude, and they know their why. And sometimes we also feel like we haven't found this purpose yet, and we feel lost. But once we find it, it becomes much more easier for us to position ourselves, as people of authority and experts. So thank you so much for sharing that. So, coming to having your passion and knowing what that is, what is it that actually drives you out of bed every morning?
Well, I already touched on that. What drives me out of bed every single morning is my love for people.
Yeah.
I was reading on LinkedIn, I don't remember today or yesterday, and a lady was touching, who is, by the way, a dear friend of mine. She was talking about why. What is your why? And she made me think about that. Why is my love for the people? But we are allowed to have a so-called selfish part of why. We are allowed to have a why which is related only to our desires. If my why is to achieve X, Y, Z, even monetary, by serving people with my loving heart, then loving people allows me to love myself as well. So to answer your question, what gets me out of bed every single morning is loving myself as a part of loving the world.
Absolutely. Fantastic. I mean, when it comes to being a businesswoman, how important is it to believe in yourself as an entrepreneur? Because sometimes, even having a business, you may not believe in yourself. You may have self-doubt. You may have lack of self-worth. You compare yourself to other women and you never feel like you're enough. So how do you now believe in yourself as a businesswoman, as a woman of authority that could stand powerfully and show up, when necessary and serve?
Well, not believing in myself on my personal journey has always a reason. There are blockages. Because why would I compare myself with you or to you? You're younger than me. You may be more beautiful than I am, depending on how I see that. So, because your hair is longer than mine and so on, because you have a YouTube channel and I don't have it. So comparison comes from a place you can compare yourself with others, but not in a sense of I'm less or more than someone else. I'm different, I'm unique. And if there is someone who has achieved more than I, then I'm in a position now, not my whole life, I have to be very fair. I'm in a position to say, I'm looking up to this person. I would love to learn from her. I would love to get inspired and empowered by her without feeling less and without feeling submissive.
Yes.
Because when you come from a place of love, most of the time, I'm not saying that I'm 100% only loving.
Yeah.
The secret to discovering where the blockages come from, in my case, is to observe my thoughts. And when I'm thinking a certain thought, then the next question I'm asking myself is this thought caused by love or by fear?
Right.
And when it's fear, the reason to think this thought, then I will take my time if it's not possible immediately. But at the end of the day, I will sit down and reflect upon this particular thought. Where is that coming from? And I'm going to give you an example so that you see what kind of upbringing I have enjoyed.
Yeah.
I remember I was 4 or 5, very young girl. And here's my mother and my grandmother, mother's side. 2 ladies who love me dearly. No question about that. So they are preparing me for the role of a good mother and a good wife, according to the society norms back then, right? This are the late 60s. We're not talking about after the Second War or after the First War. So, and here's what these 2 women who love me dearly teach me. A woman has to walk 3 steps behind a man. And here are the 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is a man always provides for a woman financially. And a man usually is physically stronger than a woman. He can hit a woman if she does something wrong. And I remember distinctly at this young age, every cell of my body, as young as I was screaming out, no, no, that cannot be true. So I remember distinctly that I made a promise to myself that I will do anything and everything in my power so that I am not dependent on a man, not in a sense of fighting a man financially, but walking the path financially with him. So creating a financial fortune for the family together. So this is an impact on when you hear this as such a young female child, well, your self-esteem is not very high, right?
Yes.
If you have to walk 3 steps behind a man. But you have always the chance to break this circle, to make the decision, and really to promise to yourself and to the world that any woman in our family, the closest and the extended and beyond, will walk 3 steps behind a man. And I guarantee you, any woman in our family walks 3 steps behind a man. She walks beside him as an equal partner.
Mm.
So believing in yourself is a powerful place to be, but you have to do, I call it your homework.
Yeah.
Observing yourself, why in this particular moment you have doubts that you cannot master this challenge. Where is that coming from? And when you cannot find the answer on your own, then there are beautiful opportunities in groups, in individual coaching, mentoring, right now online and so on, looking for support and sharing with other men and women and finding out where is that coming from and how I can let this be healed, removed, transformed from fear into love.
Absolutely. You are definitely right indeed. I think it's important for us to actually reach out to people and see what support we can actually get. And sometimes I feel like we have to look at our situation as well, the current situation that we're in, and to actually just assess that situation and seek help, believe in ourselves, so that we'll be able to overcome it the right way. Sometimes I feel like people keep, their situations to themselves because of fear, but sometimes speaking up could actually help you to actually overcome those things. So I just wanted to know, for those who are watching us, who are thinking about sort of going into their business, following their dreams and their passion, and they still kind of have this lack of self-belief in themselves, what tips would you actually give them?
The tips are related to what I already said.
Mm.
Believing in yourself is a natural state of being. This is how we raise our children and grandchildren right now.
Yeah.
I told you just before we started, I have 3 years. I'm a very proud and very fortunate grandma of a 3-year-old boy. He stands up in the middle of a playground and there is a challenge to climb whatever.
Mm.
And what I hear coming out of his mouth is, I can do it, I
Yes.
can do it, I can do it.
Mm.
Why is this 3-year-old child stating that powerfully? Because this is what he hears every single day. Try it, you can do it.
Yes.
However, if you need the help, I'm here for you to help you.
Mm.
And our generation, and we're not judging our parents by saying this, our parents, for them was very important to bring bread on the table,
Yes.
to secure the surviving. That was the main focus of the lives of our parents because of the time they grew up in. Most of them during the Second War, after the Second War, during the Depression, and so on. For this generation, surviving was crucial.
Mm.
And giving physical food to us as children was an achievement for them. And taking care of the emotional food, I call it, was not that important. So we
Yes.
grew up in an environment where being vulnerable was not common. Talking about visions and goals was not common. This is different now because of our generation, and I'm saying this with a healthy pride, because we questioned a lot. We continue questioning a lot, and we question the way we were raised, and we are raising our children and grandchildren, biological and spiritual one, differently, where they naturally believe in themselves. They stand up and say, I can do it. So once again, when there is a doubt, then turn to a group, turn to a person, turn to a networking group, whatever your heart guides you to, and ask for guidance, ask for help, ask for support, for inspiration. There are these beautiful networking groups just like yours where women inspire the other women, empower them. This is what we are doing right now.
Yeah.
Inspiring and empowering women to go for their desires. Do you know that statistics show, I was very happy to read that, by the end of 2020, the number of women who started their own businesses alone in the US increased with 38% in the middle of Corona.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure that the numbers are similar in Europe and everywhere else, depending on the country and so on. So, and not only women, but for us women, it's important. 38%. That's almost 40% more women dared to start their own businesses in the middle of the Corona challenge.
Absolutely.
So go for it, girl. Yeah, of course. Why
Indeed.
wouldn't she?
Yeah, why wait? Just to buttress what you've said, it's really about just believing in yourself and your skills, really. And, and just having a good high sense of self-worth. Once you know your worth and your value, then you should be able to just start taking those necessary steps. I know that being an entrepreneur can be very hard, very tricky, very difficult, but you don't have to do it alone. You just need to work hard on your goals and achieve them, write them down, and get yourself involved in a network that can actually support you to help you. Just believe and just give it a go, and you will see that you're going to turn out really well. I mean, I really do definitely appreciate what you said about people starting the business during lockdown. It's really amazing how much people were able to do that, and I know that because I was able to help other people to actually birth their visions as well. So there is possibility, and it's endless, to be quite honest, but you have to make the move and you have to believe in yourself that you can do it. So yeah, absolutely. We are celebrating International Women's Month, and one of the reasons why you've joined us today is to actually celebrate your success. So I wanted to share, one or two of your major success that you've actually achieved that has actually blown you away within the the whole span of your business currently. So just share that with us, because we want to celebrate and congratulate you for your achievement.
You mean during my career as a business mindset strategist, or in general?
As a business mindset general. So you can actually give us one in general and also as a business strategy. So just one in general and also as a business strategy. That would be really great.
Well, I consider the biggest success daring to follow my heart, and on the other and give up dentistry quotation mark, and go for fixing the holes in the lives and in the souls of people, what my heart desire is. And at the same time, having served 7,000 patients from my heart as the only dentist is a huge success for me.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
It's a number which warms up my heart just thinking of that. So this is my success, as whatever success means, of course. Let's call it achievement. Yeah. And a huge achievement as a business mindset strategist is actually being able to touch at least one heart every single day, because one achievement, this keeps you on a high level of energy for one day. But being able to watch people through your inspiration, in my case, my inspiration, my empowerment, dare to go for their dreams, this is an achievement which gets me out of bed every single day. So this is what counts for me. Not only one, but this consistency of touching human hearts and lives, and helping them transform and heal, because transformation is always a healing as well.
Absolutely. Congratulations on those great achievements. We are so proud of you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Madlena. So as we are celebrating International Women's Month, we want to definitely kind of, you know, give you the opportunity to actually show us how you're going to choose to challenge different things in your business. So, to show your support and your solidarity, we want you to actually take part in the the choose challenge, strike the choose challenge pose, which is to actually encourage many people to commit to helping and to forge inclusion in the world. So we're going to do a wonderful strike the choose challenge. So you just have to put one of your hand up and then you have to share exactly what you choose to challenge, what you choose to actually change or pledge. Okay. All right. So I'll just let you do that. Let me do this hand. Yes.
So I
So
choose to challenge all women in the whole world to dare to own their authentic voice, no matter, and share with the world their authentic message, no matter what society thinks of them, feels about them, does about them. Just be your authentic self, own your voice, and share it with the world in a powerful manner based on your deep belief in yourself and in your bright future.
fantastic. That sounds really awesome. And I choose to challenge to be able to help women forge more visibility and to also celebrate women achievement and successes. So thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure having you today.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
really sharing about, living a better, happy life, and sharing your story and your journey with us, as well as your success. And we are so empowered today to be able to have you here to share such great knowledge with many of our audiences. So we want to say thank you so much. It's really
Welcome.
great to have you. So most of you who are watching us live, please connect with Dr. Madlena. She'll be able to support you in terms of your mindset and also living a happy, fulfilled life. It's been great having you all joining us today. And, join me next time for another episode as we continue to celebrate women in business and also celebrating their achievement and their successes. And especially during this month of International Women's Day. So thank you so much, everybody. And from my guest, any last words of hopes or encouragement for our viewers before we go?
I have only one sentence: go for your dreams
Oh,
and
for your
believe
dream.
in yourself and in your bright future, no matter what is happening outside in the real world.
Absolutely. You've heard it here first. Go for your dreams. And I look forward to seeing you on the next show. Take care. Have a great evening. Stay blessed. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.